Soon, each of us will be able to play Manor Lords for free. For those who don't know, this game is waiting for more than 1 million people around the world. In order not to miss the opportunity, watch the video until the end, where we will put all the topics on the shelves. Actually, you can already see a new video on the game in the background. So, we already made the news about Manor Lords about 6 months ago when we told everything that is known about the game, and we won't repeat it in this video. So after finishing this, you can watch that video. The link to it will be in the tooltip top right. When we made that video, there were more than 86,000 players waiting for the game. Now there are more than 114,000 players waiting for it, and these are just those who press the button on the Steam. The vast majority of people don't use this button, so the actual number of potential players who still learn about the game, including after the release, can be multiplied by 10. That is, in fact, 1 million people will launch this game one way or another after the release. During all the time since our last video about the game, there was no significant news. However, there were many messages from the developer about improving the declared functionality. Reminder, there is only one developer. He actively uses the services of freelancers. Attention! From October 3rd to October 10th, 2022, each of us will be able to play Manor Lords for free. The fact is that at this time, a festival in the incentive is planned and the developer promised to post a demo version. However, mainly only functionality with the construction part of the game will be available. That is, there are no details about whether the combat component is at least a small part of the demo version. Perhaps it will be partially implemented in the demo version, perhaps not, and maybe if everything goes smoothly with the construction part, the developer will add it by popular demand before the end of the festival. As a last resort, it will definitely be available when the game goes into early access. At least that's the developer's intention. The demo version will allow you to expand the collections of data on bugs, since it's possible that many will encounter them. At the moment, the game has a group of enthusiastic testers working for free, but you yourself understand that they most likely didn't catch all the bugs. Although, perhaps in the demo version of the game, there will really be only a small, perfectly polished part. Who knows? One way or another, we will finally be able to try it for free. Each of you, based on the experience that he will receive, will be able to conclude whether he is interested in the game. The viewers of our channel are the most comfortable of all, who will see only the most interesting and the main moments of the game, in any case without spending a penny. As you can see from the video, in the game, along with the construction, the system of seasons will be added. Obviously, animal husbandry, various weather conditions, including rains. I also noticed representatives of such professions as a tanner, because there is a leather workshop in the video. Probably there will be prepared shoes and clothes for the winter. In the tanner's hut, I also noticed the status of the supply of materials, 17 out of 50. That is, it's logical that they will need to be delivered there from somewhere, for example from the main warehouse, so solution suggests itself in the form of hunting hut. Of course, it's a lumberjack. I assume that firewood supplies will also be needed in preparation for winter. The gatherer's hut is also visible. By the way, it reminds me of my playthrough of the game Farthest Frontier, this game that recently went into early access. We also have it on our channel, and judging by the numerous responses, you really liked it. But in the Farthest Frontier, there is only one gatherer in the hut, and in the Manor Lords video, you can sign up to 4 gatherers in the hut. Actually, I also noticed the ability to define the border of the area in the range of which they will collect. It's convenient. By the way, the gathering hut also shows a supply of 0 out of 50, which may indicate that the game will have a separate cast professional offloaders, transporters or something like that. Since resources will need to be delivered both to and from building back to the warehouse for resale or use in further production. Also, on one of the tops of the gathering hut, it's noticeable that each inhabitant has his own name and status, indicating what he is doing at one time or another. By the way, there some residents have the status collects farms, while others delivers. That's it. Perhaps there will be no caste of launders. The transportation functions will be performed by the workers themselves at the place, although one does not interfere with the other. Maybe they will be both. Of course, farmers were seen in the video. I'm curious, will the farming system be anything but simple? For example, as already mentioned in Father's Frontier, fields can be fertilized with manure and the soil also degrades over time and becomes overgrown with weeds. All of this needs to be monitored. In the Father's Frontier, there are even various diseases for plants and vegetables of various crops. Will something similar be implemented in Manor Lords? At least we have seen the process of building what I believe are churches, so religion will play its part. Judging by the abundance of road forks, infrastructure will also need to be dealt with. It's likely that roads will speed up the movement of people, so it will be necessary to plan blocks in advance. Perhaps there will also be buildings that affect the attractiveness of the area. For example, few people want to live next to a sawmill, constantly listening to the crackness of chopping tree. By the way, animals judging by the peg bull will also be involved in farming. I suppose that it was shown a harnessed bull for plowing their field. In the farthest frontier, by the way, this is not yet available, but it is also in early access, so it may appear. The town is also noticeable, from which it can be logically assumed that the game will have a morality system in one form or another. The mood system which will need to be kept at the floor and maybe even give certain bonuses in case of high values, for example, bonuses to walk speed or something. In Father's Frontier, the mood doesn't provide bonuses to walk, but it's required to improve the quality of housing, which in turn is needed to upgrade the main building of the settlement. I believe the resources for making drinks in the tavern will also be able to grow, although obviously in the future it will be possible to purchase them through trade. And that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!